Hi besties, I feel like it is that time of the month again. I have my coffee, and if I'm standing up it's because we are going to reorganize our bookshelves. I'm going to give you an in detail tour once I am done and tell you kind of like the books that I have, the books that I haven't read. Hopefully this video is not that long, but what prompted this video it is that I got these beautiful bookends that I have been wanting for so long. One of my girlfriends sent me a TikTok of her seeing them on Five Below. Someone went to Five Below and ended up finding them, and I was able to find three. I don't know if I'm gonna put all three on the bookshelves, but we have these beautiful bookends. I am so excited to decorate my bookshelves surrounding these strawberries. I love anything strawberry, anything bow, anything cherry, and I feel like they will look so much better. Not only that, they are chaotic. There is a mess here. I'm hoping that I can like feed the theme and like just put it cute. I also have a lot of my darker ones here, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but again, I'm gonna take you along with me and I'm gonna go ahead and take everything out of the this is just to think about it. I know that this is gonna take me a while. I'm gonna take everything out of the bookshelves and keep on going because we have these beautiful bookshelves to decorate. really cute. I am obsessed with the cherries. There's just something about them. On the first shelf here, again, I don't have many romance books, so I still have that empty shelf up there, which that's great because that means I can just like, you know, make my collection a lot bigger. But the first shelf that I have here, I'm obsessed. It is the Elsie Silver shelf, and obviously we started with the Gold Ranch series, which is not completed. I do need to get the other books, as well as the Chestnuts, and then we have obviously our Rose Hill Ranch series here. I am absolutely obsessed with how the edges look of the books. I'm obsessed. And then over here I put Jessica Patterson, the Lucky Rivers Ranch series, just because this is kind of like my cowboyish shelf, which I'm obsessed with it. I'm not even gonna lie. Then at the bottom I kind of did I try to keep all of my series and authors together. So I have Ali Hazelwood, which I only read Pen. I have not read many Ali Hazelwood books. I do need to get more into it, which I do have. I do have Check and Mate, and I also do have Bride, but because the actual color of the book is darker, because it's like a black cover, I didn't add it into this collection. Then I have Lauren Asher's Dreamland Billionaire series. I also have the Mile High series on here. I believe it's called the Windy City series, if I'm not mistaken. I have not read any of these books. I also do have Binding and Keeping 13, which I'm absolutely obsessed. I've only read the first two. I need to do these two here, and I believe there's another one if I'm not mistaken. Then I am absolutely obsessed with this little series here, the Pumpkin Spice Cafe being the first one by Lori Gilmore. I am absolutely obsessed. I just noticed that I put it the wrong way. I've only read the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and I cannot wait to read this one. Then I have this Sky Rich series, which this is like a firefighter romance series, and I've only read Fight, which I'm in the middle of. Again, I stopped because your girl's in a little bit of a slump. And then I have the Graham Effect and the Dixon Rule. I kind of kept all of my L. Kennedys together as much as I could. Then I put this one here by another author because the cover is pink, so I just figure I will keep it together. Then at the bottom here I have my other, I'm like absolutely obsessed with them. I can't say that enough. I put Abby Jimenez's Yours Truly book here because it's red and it obviously matches. I find that it's really hard to try to decorate after you have put the bookends and like put something here, just because like it doesn't look right this way, just because you have this beautiful bookend that you want to show. But I think like this just looks the best, just because like it gives enough space, like it covers the entire space. Here I try to do the same thing with this series, which I wasn't successful at the end just because I don't have many series on actual paperback. But here I kept the Magnolia Park series, the new covers that came out. Eventually I want to get the old covers because they're gorgeous. Then I have the Vicious series by L.J. Shen. I read all of them, loved them all individually, like differently, if that makes sense. Like everyone, some of them were 3 stars, some of them were 4 stars, and there was like one on there that was 5, which I absolutely enjoyed and loved, which I believe was Bane, which is the last one. Then I have Lauren Blakely book here. I have a Monica Murphy. Another one of my favorites is First Time Caller. She just came out with this. I have a Kennedy Ryan book, and then I also have the X-Files on here. And again, they look amazing. Hopefully I'm not moving this tripod too much, but I am absolutely obsessed. The bottom shelf is like, it's not organized at all. It's just I have them there. It's not even color coordinated because I don't have enough colors. Like I feel like I kept these together because they're the same author. And then I have some L. Kennedy here, which this is the old cover. I have some Rebecca Yarros here. I have Lauren Asher as well. I have Hannah Grace. I have like a lot of Mia Sosa here. I have Book Lovers, which I need to read this so desperately. So far, this is what I have. I also have this book here in the corner. It's called Flowers by John No, John Flowers, right? Fowles. Oh God, I'm reading that completely wrong. I think I would never get rid of it. It's like the most meaningful book to me. One of my favorite teachers, English teachers of high school, gave it to me, and I need to reread it because back then I wasn't a really like reader. And this is about a guy that basically collects butterflies, and he also kidnaps this girl, and he kind of tries to keep her in her house to make her like fall in love with him, and she like it's like a whole thing. It's like a suspense, like kind of thriller thing.
It says here that it is a first modern psychological thriller. The Collector is an international best-selling novel that quotes John falls into the front rank of contemporary novelists. This tale of obsessive love, the story of a lonely clerk who collects butterflies, and of the beautiful young art student who is his ultimate quarry, remains unparalleled in its power to settle and mesmerize.
Back then I wasn't a big reader, and it took me such a long time to read this book. I think that I need to reread it. And again, it is about this story. It's the story of a lonely clerk who collects butterfly, and of the beautiful young art student. So he basically is obsessed, infatuated with this young art student, and he is just a lonely rich guy that just collects butterflies, and like he kind of preserves the butterflies after they're dead. And then he end up like kidnapping her to make her sort of fall in love with him. And like, for what I can remember, she is trying to escape the entire time. He just wants her to fall in love with him, so like he keeps her in this little like tiny room. And since he's so rich, he lives in like this like off the grid place, and he keeps her there. She tries to escape so many times. She tries to kind of like play along to what he is thinking about like achieving with the whole entire kidnapping. I need to reread it. Actually, it's crazy how amazing a book can make you feel of giving it to you. Like, I'm rambling at this point, but the fact that my teacher gave me this book and I still keep in contact with her. We actually follow and we were friends on Facebook, and she retired and she has 2 beautiful golden retrievers, and we always used to talk about the golden retrievers. Anyways, if you have not read it, or if you have read it, please let me know in the comments. the end result, I decided to leave this shelf here the exact same. I did switch and added the strawberry ends here, which I absolutely love. I ended up leaving that one the same, and I'm not gonna go into too much detail on the actual books because I just have not. I'm gonna do that in another video because a lot of the books that you guys see on the shelves I have not read personally. So there has been a lot of books that I have not read, but I do want to do a specific video kind of going through everything. But this is kind of what the bookshelves look like. I love it. I think that they look better, even though that the strawberries are red and like bright. I decided to put it with my darker covers like fantasies and dark romances, just because I feel like they gave each other, they complemented each other a lot, and I am loving it so far. I do need, again, when I do get more books, I did put the books that I think I'm going to be reading and picking up here. These are books that are in my immediate TBR, just because I don't have space for a book cart, even though I do have one. I do own one. I just don't have space for it in the basement here, so I just did not include that in there. Here, I'm just putting more of my little things. Once I do get more books and things like that, I will eventually, start putting them in there. And these is our mystery books that we want to read, obviously, in 2025, which I have not even read my January or February one, which in March, hopefully, I get to read The Wrong Bride, which was the one that we picked. But then up here, I still have, again, more of my fantasy and things like that I'm going to do. And then right here, this is my other little pile of books, which personally, I'm not touching those. I'm just going to keep them there. Those are like my backup of romances and thrillers, dark romance, things like that I need there. But so far, I am really liking the way that they came out. I love how, I have not read any of these two books here, but I love how they look next to each other. I think that they look really nice. And that is the end of this video. This is the new background that you guys will see in every single video. I organized them the way that I like them. I think that they look perfect for right now. I think that now that the spring is coming, I'm going to try to get a little bit more of like spring things. I think that the spring is for romances, summer romances, and things like that. I love how the shelves came out. I have a lot more space around the room for more books, and I'm hoping to shop soon and get some new books. So anyways, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.